What's up, everyone? I just go on here for a minute and make a short video here about this. What do we do when we interact with our public servants? Let's be more specific today and say when we interact with the police. Okay. First of all, it's like I mentioned about these cards, and it depends if you're wanting to remain silent or not. Let me be a little more clear on that. If it's a case where, like, you're being an auditor, or you're out and about and you see an officer, or you come up to them to speak to them about something, then you may want to choose to speak to them or whatever. But if it's a case where an officer approaches you, most likely a traffic stop, right? But let's say a traffic stop, any reason, or somebody calls them and they show up wherever you're at and start speaking to you, and they want to talk to you like they're your friend, and they want to get you to feel like, oh, we're just having an open, easy conversation with each other. Let's clear a few things up. One, it is not, there's no rules. It's not illegal for a cop to lie to you. He can lie to you all day long and nobody's going to do nothing about it. Right. But as they're questioning you, anything you're saying to them, any little thing that they can prove that you lied, that then becomes a crime because you lied to them. It then becomes a crime because you lied to them, and they'll turn that into you interfering with their investigation and giving false information, stuff like that. However, these pigs can lie as much as they want, and a lot of times they'll even lie about things you may or may not have said. So the point is, remain silent. The right to remain silent, use it. Use the right to remain silent. I cannot stress this enough. It's, I understand we get in situations, especially when these liars, these corrupt pigs come up to you and they want to try to pretend they're your friend, and they're just doing their job innocently. And so you try to cooperate, and then they twist anything you say, anything you do. So remain silent. You know what I'm saying? So let's take the example of you get pulled over and it's a traffic stop or whatever. And most of the time these days, the cop comes up to your door. As soon as he's there, your license and registration, that's what he's saying. License and registration, or where are you going? Or, pop some question at you. Right now, okay, as soon as you realize you're getting pulled over, you get your phone ready or whatever you got for a camera, and you start recording. Whether you sit it right here on your dash or you hold it in your hand, whatever. Be prepared and be recording. And if you have one of these cards or something similar, so as soon as he walks up to the door, most likely you got your license, registration, proof of insurance, or whatever. You're not going to say a word, and you're not going to hand that stuff to him. If that's how he's going to handle it, then you're going to hand him this card while recording, and you're not going to say a word. And if you want to say anything at all, you say, well, you read the back of that. Remain silent. Or you say, why are you talking to me? That's the only things you should be saying to him at this point. Just as if they approach you no matter where you're at. Maybe you're walking down the street and they... walking down the sidewalk, and one officer's walking down the sidewalk. He starts talking to you. The main thing to understand is just keep your dang mouth shut. Okay? Especially around these liars, these dishonorable liars. And cops are trained, and maybe I'll either do another video on it, but if I can find this stuff easy enough, I'll add something onto this about cops training. But cops are trained, they're trained this way. They're trained to be liars. They're trained to, you are a criminal. That's how they're trained. They're trained this way. There's no respect out of them. Okay. They are talking to you for no other reason than to build a case against you. whatever you believe, what you need to understand right now from here on out is the cop is talking to you for no other reason than to build a case against you. He's not your friend, and he don't care what happens to you later on, okay? And he don't care how much his actions ruin your life. He's not concerned about any of that. He's not your friend. He don't give a shit where you're going or you're coming from work. And then he starts saying stuff about your job or starts saying, whatever you say to him, he starts talking to you as, like my instance, my dog's with me, most of the time they're going to try to ease me up by just start talking to me about dogs and stuff like that. Just like if you watch my video where they yanked me out of my house, that's what while they were illegally searching my stuff, the other officer, the other sheriff was distracting me by trying to talk to me about dogs and stuff. Not to say that he don't really have some heart for dogs, but he's using that to distract me and to make me comfortable with him. And so I'm not paying attention while over here on the corner of my eye, they're searching through my guitar cases and stuff like that. That's an example. They're there to build a case against you, and that's all they're there for. So you want to understand this. They approach you, you be on record, you hand them the card, and no identification, and you say, why are you talking to me? Okay, because the truth is, if that officer's honest at all, if let's say he pulled you over for speeding, and you really were, okay, whatever, let's say he pulled you over for whatever, they're going to accuse you, like I'll use Rob Schaefer's case, that my video, the crime he didn't commit. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. They'll use that case, and they want to try to accuse you of OVI and drinking and driving or being under the influence, right? And I'm not saying it's okay that you're driving under the influence. I'm not saying I'm for that at all. I'm just saying as an example, because like if you take Rob Schaefer's case here in Defiance, he had nothing in this system, and they still it didn't matter what he did, they still violated him and accused him of something he didn't do, and just like in Rob's case. And I'm not pointing fingers, I'm saying this is stuff we need to start learning, we need to start teaching ourselves and start getting in our head. In Rob's case, they, if he would have just not said a word, there wasn't much they could have done because they had no proof of nothing, right? But as soon as he starts talking, then they use anything. They'll say like your attitude, and no matter what, of course you're going to be upset, and they would be the other way around, but they're going to say, oh, well, he had a bit of an attitude, he was being combative or whatever. They'll use this crap, and it's usually lies, but you don't want to give them the chance to do that. So you're going to keep your dang mouth shut, and you're going to have it on record so you have all the proof. And if that be the case, and there's plenty of auditors you can send your stuff to, you can send your videos to me and I'll post them up, do reviews on them and post my reviews about them. That's cool too. But you're gonna hand them the card, why are you talking to me? I remain silent. You come up to me and you didn't say, the truth is, before they do anything, they walk up to your door, they should be pleasant and say, sir, the reason I pulled you over, they used to do this, the reason I pulled you over is you were speeding back there. And maybe you were or you weren't. Don't argue with them. You don't say a word. You just, you got proof I was speeding, or else just give me the ticket, whatever, right? And because they're gonna anyways, no matter what, they're most likely gonna give you your ticket or arrest you anyways. That cop knows before he gets out of his car and before he approaches you, he knows, he or she, they know what their intentions are. They know if they're gonna ticket you, and they know if they're gonna arrest you or make this a bad day for you. They already know this. Trust me on that. They already know that in advance. And so that's what, this is what we got to learn, to not say anything. Use your right to remain silent. It's yours. Use it. And, otherwise, they don't want to, oh, well, you were speeding back there, or I pulled you over because you were swerving, whatever. You know what? You hand them this, not your ID, unless they prove a reason you should have to ID. They just pulled you over for no reason? No, I don't think so. Okay, first, here's what I'll remain silent. If you got a reason for pulling me over, state it now. Do not say nothing to these people. They are there only to find a case against you. That's their job. That they're not there to protect and serve anymore. They're there to find everybody they can to make that money. It's all a money game.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
Right? Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on today's video. Just wanted to give, that's just a little bit of a tip, and it's easier said than done, but we got to get that in our minds, not to say a word. I mean, it don't matter what it is. You don't say a word. If you got proof I committed a crime, you will fucking say it, or you'll just leave me alone. That's the way that is, right? Anyway, hope you're all having a good day. See ya.